Today on Coin Toss, we had one great football game and, well...
Bye, Felicia.
What's going on, guys? This is Coin Toss. I'm Cam. He's Jarrod. And we're live right after the Super Bowl. What a football game we just saw.
Pats Nation all the way, baby. Here we go.
There were so many things that happened in this game. Jermaine Kearse, 99 spectacular catch. Chris Matthews, 99 breakout. Pete Carroll, 99 stupid.
But it doesn't matter in the end.
It had everything.
Brady MVP.
It really did. And just what does this mean to you as a Patriots fan?
This is one of the greatest days of my life. I have been waiting for this forever. I watched the 04 Super Bowl as a little kid. Don't really remember it. 07 Heartbreaker, I watched that. And 11, I watched that one. Finally, I get to say that my New England Patriots are champions of the world.
And you know what? It's well deserved. They, even I, as a Broncos fan, have to admit they did. When they were 2-2, they did a very good job of pulling themselves together. They rattled off a bunch of wins, and they were the better team tonight. But there's so many controversial things that are not necessarily the Deflategate, but so many controversial decisions and moves that it was a phenomenal football game, and it exemplified every single reason that we love not only football but love sports in general.
Entirely.
Yeah, you talk about the Jermaine Kearse catch, right? The game looked over at least 3 times.
Possibly greatest catch in the history of football.
Yeah, he got screwed over.
It had ended up mattering in the end.
He got screwed over because nobody's going to talk about it.
And Malcolm Butler coming out, hero of the game. Probably should have been MVP, but Brady, 328 yards, 4 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. I see why he won MVP.
Yeah. I see where your next jersey is going, but yeah.
Number 21.
You talk about MVP, I think there's a lot of deserving candidates on both sides of the ball. Of course, some Seattle players probably were more deserving than some of the New England players, but, because they lost, they get screwed over. Perhaps none more so than Chris Matthews, who...
Breakout.
Yeah, nobody sees it coming. And I'm thinking, Seattle Seahawks get another ridiculously obscure Super Bowl MVP. But, they were up 10-0 at halftime. Brady rallied, brought them back. And then you're saying, it's over. But then Wilson, the immaculate reception. We could call that an immaculate reception by Jermaine Kearse. And you're thinking it's over because it's on the goal line. They have Marshawn Lynch. And Pete Carroll just...
boneheaded move, decides to throw the ball. Russell Wilson gets picked off by Malcolm Butler, game sealer. And Malcolm Butler, of all people, you would think Darrell Revis, this guy's impending free agent. He wants to make a statement, but yet alone, this undrafted rookie free agent out of West Alabama makes the biggest play of his career, unless, of course, he does it again.
Absolutely. You talk about Chris Matthews is going to be an unrestricted free agent. Somebody's going to pay him in the offseason. There's just so many moments that it just seemed like this game was over. But, what had to be going through Pete Carroll's mind when he said, oh, all right, we're on the goal line. We're going to, we can win this game. We have the best goal line running back in the NFL. And I'll just throw the ball with Russell Wilson. And then if you watch the post-game press conference, he just made a little bit of suggestion as to maybe it's Wilson's fault. But
he said basically that they were going to pass the ball. That was the plan. And that they would run the ball on later downs. It was, I think, 1st and goal. And instead, they throw the ball. Russell Wilson gets picked off. Game over. And then the fight that broke out.
Yeah.
With 18 seconds left in the game. I thought
turned
that
into
was
a
just
hockey
awesome.
game. That was pretty fun.
Rob Gronkowski throwing some punches.
He looked ready to fight. He wanted it to happen.
I think he had Bruce Irvin in the headlock there on the ground.
No
in the end
kidding.
zone.
No one Gronkowski. Think about how if you know Rob Gronkowski and you get invited to one of his parties tonight, that's going to be pretty freaking awesome.
Partying right now.
And also, we must mention the forgotten tight end that proves that if you don't want to win a Super Bowl, go kill 3 people.
Aaron Hernandez. Unfortunately for him,
he sits in jail now, and so Super Bowl MVP. Was Tom Brady worthy of it?
I think he was. I think Tom Brady had probably not the best game of his career.
2 picks.
2 picks early in the game. But I think the 4 touchdowns, and especially 14 points in the fourth quarter. I mean, Seattle couldn't do anything there.
Mm-hmm.
They almost got it at the end, but Brady led them. Well, it wasn't his usual 2-minute into the game drive, comeback Tom, terrific Tom.
But in a way, this entire season has not been vintage Patriots season, and that's maybe the brilliance of it.
But I think MVP goes to the player that wins it for his team, which I think was honestly Malcolm Butler.
It might, very well.
But I can see it going either way.
I can see it going to Brady. I can see it going to Gronkowski because it seemed like whenever they needed a big play, Rob Gronkowski was there to make it. Julian Edelman
had
also counts in that 11 catches for Edelman. There's plenty of deserving candidates on both sides of the ball, and of course there's the people that, well, they probably deserved to win a Super Bowl or another Super Bowl, but they got snubbed. So, Richard Sherman, the world feels sorry for you, but nothing can prepare you for the onslaught of memes that are about to come. Nothing. Unfortunately now Jimmy Garoppolo just has as many titles as Peyton Manning's, which...
Hopefully he can get a few more once Brady retires.
Mm-hmm.
But I think also, moving on a little bit, the commercials this year.
This was
Those are pretty good.
There were some funny ones, but this was a pretty depressing year. What Super Bowl XLVI
overall,
Super Bowl 48 was on the field is what this one was on the commercials. There weren't that many funny ones, and there were a lot of emotional and depressing ones.
Mm-hmm. I thought the nationwide one about
so much of
deaths was kind of an interesting
twist. You're thinking, all right, where's this lead? And it's going, and then I could have done this, but I died.
It was kind of sad.
Just
in the middle
right
of the
there
game
in front
too.
of you.
And then I think I didn't see it, but the avocados from Mexico one.
That was hilarious. I loved that one. The first draft ever. That was amazing. That was pulled off really well. The Doritos one with the airplane was pulled off really well.
One with
Ted 2 with Tom Brady. That was a perfect spiral.
Mark Wahlberg.
Seth MacFarlane just knows how to make us laugh. I almost said Seth Wahlberg. How? Well, I don't know if that would be amazing or terrible, but Seth Wahlberg. I mean, there was a bunch of good ones too. Of course, halftime show. Now, if you're guys, you go out and throw a football. Don't watch the halftime show like we did. So I don't know if Katy Perry was good or not, but that's just. I mean,
I heard she was pretty good.
Well, then we'll give it to her. So let's.
How could she not be good?
Yeah, I'll let you finish this one off. You have, of course, we both know some Patriots fans. What do you have to say as a message to them?
I think Robert Kraft at the end of the game put it well. I mean, the city of Boston is known to be a fighting kind of town, a blue-collar kind of town. And the Patriots threw it all, whether it be the controversy of the Deflategate, Spygate, or even just the rough start to the season. They still pulled together, and they fought for it, and they never gave up, whether they were down 14 points twice to Baltimore in the divisional round, or even versus the Colts. I mean, they came out and put out everything they had, gave it 100%, and then tonight, I think, just they fought for it more than any other team out there. Mm-hmm. Whether it be the Seattle Seahawks, which had a great game as well.
They played very well.
Yeah, but I think the Patriots might not necessarily have the best defense or the best offense, but they had the best heart, and I think that's what wins championships.
Absolutely. And of course, you talk about perhaps the beauty in this season for the New England Patriots is not how this is not vintage Patriots where they start out and they go 10-0, a couple of close losses, and then you dominate the whole way. There were serious questions at the beginning of the year when they were 4-4, like is this the end of the Brady and Belichick era? But they rallied back, they fought, and credit goes to them. They're a top flight organization. They have top flight heart. I just want to give now. Being a Broncos fan, I want to give a little bit of a message to some of the fans who maybe aren't Patriots fans, or maybe are Seahawks fans, but it just talks about sports, right? I'm sure many of you are going to sit at your TV and watch and envy the place that Jarrod's in or that some of the Patriots are in right now, but even though I've never been able to experience that moment when it feels on top, I would assume it feels pretty good. The moments like this, when your friends or their teams win a Super Bowl, or when your rivals win a Super Bowl, if you're fortunate to be on top and to get that feeling of being able to support a championship team, it will make it that much more special. So, throughout all adversity, stay strong, because in the end, I truly believe it will all be worth it. And that right in of itself is the beauty of sports. And that's what we'll end with tonight. So, yeah, coin toss. Cam, Jarrod, if you want to show support, you like the video, please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. That's how you tell us that you like this and you want to see more. Also, follow us on Twitter at CoinTossSports. You can follow me at *7770 and him at RazzleDazzleBerry. Make sure to check us out on Instagram too. Peace, yo.
It was a good season.
It was.